Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I'm Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the Den.
Go lock in with Tamika's Den. Ooh, that's fire. Go lock in with Tamika's Den.
Power to the people, okay? She's feeling like I'm about to come out and box. Cause baby, they trifling, okay? All these people need to be in the damn trash, all right? Throw the Tajadas away. As a matter of fact, wipe the damn bloodline out, y'all.
Be the Den. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you spend a Saturday.
Honey, when I tell y'all that is the foolishness and the foolery and the messiness for me, baby, we got a whole hot ass mess going on, all right? Hello. Welcome. Come in. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the Den. Well, if anybody comes through, you'll be in the Den. If you've been rocking with your girl, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome to you. I've been wanting to have this conversation for a while now. I've been trying to figure out if I was going to do it with the Self-Care Saturday or I was going to do it separately. So here I am, just some updates and some things going on as far as health-wise, and I felt like this needed a separate video. Like I wasn't going to be able to put it in with the self-care. So, yeah, so far, y'all, it has been like a crazy damn journey. It literally just made like a year since I've been getting sick and having different diagnoses, losing a whole bunch of people, all of the things, and it's really given they don't really care about us. Okay, all I want to say is they don't really care about us. Like they be having you feeling as far as healthcare, as far as trying to get treatments and trying to get your medications and trying to do the things that you need to do all across the board. Doctors, nurses, social workers, case workers, psychiatrists, the insurance, whoever it may be, it's been a hot damn mess, okay, to say the least. And so it's been quite interesting, quite frustrating. It definitely doesn't add to any type of help or making you feel good or making you feel like, you can kind of focus on just getting better and doing the things that you need to do for yourself and your health when you feel like the people that your care is in their hands is not doing what need to be done, basically. I might have to turn this camera off because I'm seeing my Wi-Fi going out. We'll see if I'm able to get through this, and we'll see if anybody comes because, like I said, this is just something that's important to me that I wanted to spread awareness about, give some updates about, and I feel like it's a conversation to be had because I've even came across a lot of other people that have been experiencing this. So I'm definitely not alone in terms of, unfortunately, the conversations around just having doctors that don't have no type of bedside manner, don't seem like they really give a damn one way or another, and they may. Okay, again, if y'all know a little bit of my background, I have been in healthcare for over like 20, 25 years, so I know about it from working in it, and then I know about it on a personal level from, just taking care of family members and friends, and so I've seen both sides of it, and I know it's not easy. I know what it is to be overworked and, understaffed and all of the different elements that go into it. But I also have came across doctors that's just plain damn nasty, really don't be seeming like they give a damn. Nurses that have been that way, that I have fought for, like, patients to be treated the way that I would want my family member to be treated. So now me being a patient that has to go to get care a lot more than I did before, I'm definitely gonna fight and advocate for myself, and I'm gonna fight and advocate for other people if I can, how I can, because I just don't think that this should even be a conversation or something that, you already sick. Like I said, you shouldn't have to be worried about whether people are going to treat you like a daggone human being. That's just, to me, goes without saying. So, unfortunately, in some cases, it don't. But just to backtrack it a little bit of how everything even started off, for people that may not know, I have kind of mentioned some of the things previously, in terms of when I first got admitted to the hospital, and different things that I went through. And no, wait a minute, y'all. Okay, I don't know if that's better or not, but we shall see. Um, so like I said, about a year ago, right? It went from around the time that I lost my sister. I had to go in to get, like, the mammogram, your yearly checkup, and all of those type of things. And there have been previous years before where they would be like, "Oh, we think we see something. No, we don't see something. It's too dense. It was a shadow, so on and so forth." So I figured it was just another one of those type of situations. I'm gonna turn this camera off because I see that I barely have any Wi-Fi, and I'm not even sure if y'all really can hear me or not. So, you know, basically when that first happened, I was just like, okay, that's happened, times before. I'm not really thinking nothing of it. And at the same time, I'm kind of dealing with making all the preparations for, my sister's homegoing. I'm taking care of all her personal business and just doing 1,000 different things, multitasking like we have to do sometime, right? And I'm figuring I'm just pretty much going to get the same response that I've been getting. Um, Okay, thank you. I didn't even see y'all in the comments. What's up to Marcus? Thank you for coming in. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, so, I was kind of balancing both, but then I was like, okay, you do have to get over here and, do this follow up, find out exactly what's going on. And when I went, for the follow up, all of a sudden they started talking to me about a biopsy, which they had never did before. So I was like, okay, it might be something happening here. That's when I started getting a little nervous. Um, because nobody had initially got back to me from the first mammogram when they were saying that they saw something, right? So that place had already pretty much kind of dropped the ball and made it where I wasn't able to get the care that I needed as fast as I needed to get it. So that was already the first thing. Then I went, got the biopsy, and we were saying like, okay, yes, there is something here. You caught it early. We could hurry up and do this surgery. We could get you together, and you're gonna have to either do radiation or chemotherapy after it's done. Which I wasn't aware of that. I thought that if you just did the surgery, like, you good, but it's not, right? And so that made me kind of nervous. Then they was talking about me getting a reduction and different things of that nature and making a decision on that. Okay, fine. So needless to say, they weren't moving as fast as I would have liked them to move. It was like, oh, you got to get cleared, you got to get this, you got to get that. So they're sending me back and forth to cardiologists and, primary doctor, dentists, all these different things because there's several different type of medications that they're saying that I need. But then they're telling me, well, we can't give you the medication because of your age, because of you being premenopausal and still getting it. Like they keep telling me why I can't get this medication and saying that it's going to give me blood clots. But then when I would follow up, the assistants was always saying, why aren't you on medication yet? Why aren't they giving you any kind of treatment? What's going on? And I'm like, y'all the damn doctors, how the hell you asking me? Like y'all should know. Hey auntie, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. Love you, love you, love you. So um I basically was like, what's really going on? Because, the assistants was always like, we're going to talk to the doctor and you need to be getting something ASAP. And I'm like, yeah, I agree with you. So, in the midst of me going to get these different clearances, right, I'm getting cleared. However, right, I think it was December, I ended up with walking pneumonia. They didn't even know. They pretty much was like, oh, are you feeling this? Are you feeling that? Are you feeling the other? I'm like, no, I feel fine. They like, well, you got to get some antibiotics, and then you have to go back and get another X-ray, make sure your chest is clear in order for us to be able to do the surgery. Okay, cool. Do that. Go back for the next X-ray. They telling me it's clear. I went from the walking pneumonia to having a respiratory infection. Right? Give me medicine for that. Okay, cool. Then I basically like, okay, can we get this surgery done now? Well, at this point now it's January. It's like after my birthday, between January and February, I start to feel like I can't breathe, and I'm taking, Theraflu, all the different things, drinking tea, that you would do when you feel like you coming down with a cold or a flu. Well, most of y'all know because I did a live like straight out the damn hospital at that time. That I end up having to be incubated. I get to the hospital and I only had 20% oxygen. Like I literally was almost out of here, y'all. I couldn't believe when, they were saying that. And they had to incubate me and, take care of me during that time for that. So now I have the surgeon and all of them calling the oncologist and they're going, where are you? We need to hurry up and do this surgery. And I'm like, I've been admitted in the hospital, I'm basically putting them up to speed as to what happened, right? So they give me an appointment to come in and follow up. And the doctor walks in and basically says, oh, well, now it's traveled, it's spread through your body. It's basically too late. And, you was the one that got sick and went in the hospital. And it's like, huh? So now I have to take in the fact of, like, you just told me it was stage one. I caught it early. Everything was good. All I need is this surgery and just to start, these medications, and I'm going to be good. Now, all of a sudden, you come in and you pretty much telling me, like, just wrap it up, girl. Prepare to be up out of here. That's the energy he was coming in with. And then you insinuate that it's my fault because I got sick and that I'm the one that held it up and made this happen when the whole time you guys was holding up stuff and, basically kept on giving me excuse after excuse after excuse why I couldn't be getting this medication. But now that the situation has changed, all of a sudden you can say, oh, we need to handle this aggressively. We need to give you this medication, that medication, the other medication. You got to come in once a month to get a shot. So, stop your thing from coming. So that way we can give you this without you getting any type of blood clots. You got to get something, another medication for your hormones. You got to get this medication that you got to come to the, office to pick up. It can't be mailed to you because of your insurance and all this stuff. So my whole thing was, of course, being frustrated with myself, asking, could I have done something different? Did I make this happen? Being frustrated with them because I felt like they was holding up stuff and, making just a mess out of this and not taking it serious enough. And then I also was aggravated because if you could say now, after the fact, that we need to handle this aggressively and hurry up and move with it and take care of it and put me on all these medications after the fact, why couldn't you come with that same energy before the fact when you first was finding out about it? You understand what I'm saying? Like, why was none of this discussed before? Why was it being keeping on told to me as if there was no other options, right? So that's ticking me off. So I didn't like how that doctor came in. I was very disturbed by that. And I was like, yeah, no, I ain't got to deal with that. Because one thing I always tell y'all is, you know, you could get a first, second, third, fourth opinion if you're not comfortable with a doctor or you don't feel, like you like the way that he is giving you your treatments. You always have the right to ask for somebody else, right? So that's what I did. Okay, fine. I go to meet the new doctor. He seems nice. He seemed like, he was an all right guy. Um, but then as time is going on, I'm going for tests, mind you. They got me doing PET scan, body scan, bone density test, um, MRI, all of those things, honey. I done had every scan underneath the sun. So but I'm never getting no updates as to what the scans say. And I'm asking, like, well, what did my bones density test say? Because, wait, let me slow down for a minute. Another issue was when I went in the hospital, they didn't know what was wrong with me at first, right? And why my oxygen had went that low. So they kept saying, does she have COPD? Does she have sleep apnea? Has she ever had asthma? My girlfriend, god sister, whatever, is giving them the updates like, no, none of those things have ever been an issue for her. She's never had those. She's never been diagnosed with those. And then when I'm waking up, after they're taking this damn tube out my throat and all this and telling me, oh, we almost lost you and this is the doctor that saved you and all of this kind of stuff, they're keeping on asking me, have I ever been diagnosed and treated for any of those things? And I'm like, no. But I woke up with a really bad pain in my hip. So I'm like, damn, you come in with one thing, you leave with something else. I'm like, my hip was not hurting like this when I first went in. So they say to me, oh, well, it's probably the way that you've been laying in the bed and the fact that you've been in the bed over a week. I said, yeah, I can see that as a possibility. Then also my girlfriend was concerned that maybe they pulled something because she actually had a cousin that had went in for one thing, right? And while she was in there, all of a sudden she like lost use of her legs and ended up paralyzed and ended up in the wheelchair. And she actually had did a big lawsuit with the hospital. So we don't know if maybe they was pulling you, they was turning you, and something could have came out of place that way. Okay, fine. So I keep complaining about this hip, complaining about this hip. When I first got out the hospital, I couldn't walk. They had to give me a walker. I had to get physical therapy. So that was a lot within itself, right? And finally, with the PET scan and body scan and all of that, that's when the doctor was able to say, oh, it's spread. Because come to find out that pain that I was getting in my hip all of that time was pretty much is spreading to my hip in the bone. So that's when they said, oh, it's incurable because now it's in the bone, it's too late and all of that, right? But I had to ask him what was, the slide showing, like what was the test showing? Did y'all get back any results? And the first response was like, oh, we didn't know, we didn't see it. If you wouldn't have said nothing, we wouldn't even known to look for it. And it's like, huh? If you're my doctor and you're sending for tests, how the hell you don't know that you're supposed to look up the results and you're supposed to give me an update on it? Like, what are we really doing here? So then when she looks at it, she's like, yeah, we do see something on your hip. And I'm like, okay, is that where it spread to? Because I'm like, that would make sense because when I came out the hospital, I kept complaining about my hip and y'all kept talking about some damn, oh, it was probably because you laid this way for so long. So she said, yes, that's what it was, right? Um, hey, Kendall, how you doing, girlie? Thank you for popping in. Hey, Orlin, what's going on, girl? Yes, Auntie, it's been a hot mess. It's been a complete hot mess. Like you can't make it up. You really can't. Okay. So on top of that, I'm like trying to get into Memorial Sloan Kettering Hospital at the time because I know that's one of the top hospitals pertaining to that. And a few other ones that I called, and everybody is telling me we don't take your insurance. We don't take your insurance. We don't take your insurance. You got to get an out network form, right? Normally, when I would go to my primary doctor, there's plenty of forms she fill out for me. She's never gave me a problem before, but in this particular case, she's saying she can't do it, right? Okay, cool. Go to the blood and cancer center where I'm, currently seeing doctors at. And they say, we don't do it here too, girl. That ain't got nothing to do with us. We don't know what to tell you, basically. So I'm like, mind you, when I call MSK, they like, no, you can't come here. But they like, we have kind of like a little sister that we work with. And when they say the little sister that they work with, they end up saying the blood and cancer center, which was where I was already going. So I'm like, oh, I was already going there. Now another issue I was having at that particular time, why I kind of didn't want to go there, was the travel. Right, it was far from me, and it was hard to get transportation. So the last thing you want to be worried about too is how you're going to get back and forth and be able to get to the damn doctor and all of that. So I felt like MSK was also closer to me and it would be easier for me to travel there. So I'm telling them, like, oh, well, the place you're telling me about is where I'm already going. And they say to me, well, if a doctor from there fills out the out of network form, then you could come to us. When I tell y'all, these people had me going all around the world and up and down the damn hills, through the forest, through the woods. Nobody know nothing, nothing to see here. You can't ask me any questions and all of this, right? So at this point, I'm like, man, I guess I just have to deal with this because I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Everybody is like turning me every which way but loose. Mind you, another reason why I felt like I even got sick in the first place, as far as the flu and all of that, is because they had me doing something that we have out here in New York called accessoride. And the accessoride is pretty much like we get to you when we get to you, and you get to your appointment when you get there. So you will be riding around with them for hours sometimes in a car full of other people. Because at one point, with COVID going on, they wouldn't have a full car of people, but now they just jamming everybody in there. So you would be in the car with a whole bunch of people coughing all over you, all around the damn place, and you riding over an hour, and sometimes you would miss your appointment or get to your appointment late. So I'm like, yeah, no, I ain't got that to do. Like, we ain't gonna continue with that. So finally, one of my social workers was like, this is, something that you could put in for. Your doctor should be able to fill it out, and you can request the company that you want. Ever since I got them, that part at least was taken care of, and that was one less thing I had to worry about. And now I was able to go back and forth to them. Okay, cool. Um, But again, they keep sending me. They tell me, oh, every couple of months we gotta send you for the PET scan again. We gotta send you for the MRI again because we don't want to be giving you all these strong medications and it's not doing nothing for you. We gotta see that it's actually shrinking the tumor that's in your breast, right? And at this point, the surgeon can't do surgery no more because she's saying the situation has changed. So she's only seeing me every couple of months. At this point, it's really mostly just the oncologist that I'm dealing with. So when they measuring it, they saying that it feels like it shrunk a little bit, like it was a little bit smaller, which that was a positive sign, right? The blood work has been good and nothing had moved to my organs so far. So that's a blessing, right? Keep trying to pray to make sure that that don't happen. And again, when he sends me for more tests, now at this point, my girlfriend has started coming with me because she was like, no, I don't want you at these appointments by yourself. Sometimes you need a second person to be able to kind of listen in to take notes because it could be overwhelming for you. Because she's been through these situations, and we both know other people that have been through it. So it was kind of like, that's good. So now she's there with me and she's questioning them, like, why is she not being updated when it comes to her test? Why was it like this is a life or death situation and you need to have this medication right now, but then y'all have gaps in the damn medication and y'all tell me, oh, it's okay that you go without it for the weekend. You could just get it on Monday. But last week you was telling me I'm not supposed to miss it, not even one day. I'm supposed to make sure I take both of my doses. So which one is the damn truth, right? So now my girlfriend is there going off. And of course, they making up every excuse. Oh, we didn't know, that happened. Oh, it was this person. We're gonna make sure we on top of it now. At one point, the oncologist has an assistant that comes and talks to me, and I felt kind of good with her because she was saying she went through this herself. She's taking the same medications that I'm taking, and also she was a part of the research team that researched the medication that I take. So I'm like, okay, this is good. I like this because she knows and understands it from a personal experience, and then she knows about it, professionally as well. But I don't see her all the time. But the times that I do see her, I don't mind her. She seems pretty good overall. So I go back again, and we're asking the doctor, like, oh well, what's happening with the recent scans that she did? He looks at the screen, y'all, and makes this freaking face, and then he starts like making these weird damn noises. So I'm already saying this about to be some bullshit. This about to be something else. I already know. And then he goes, "Oh my God, I need you to go see a specialist. You have to see somebody outside of here. It can't be like your family doctor. It can't be a GYN or any of that. It has to be um, a surgeon that specializes in genealogy because now we see that there's a mass on your uterus. So I'm like, I know you freaking lying. Mind you, this is in June that I went for the test. This is August that we're having this conversation. And he gonna say, oh, I wouldn't have known about this if you didn't bring it up. Huh? So my girlfriend going off again. And he says we need the setup. So anyway, they end up doing the setup for Memorial Sloan Kettering, which was the place that I wanted to go to anyway. So I'm like, maybe God making a way for me to get everything switched over there. And maybe we can actually get somewhere, right? I'm still trying to think as positive as I can. So we go to the appointment there. And I actually liked the doctor a lot. He took over an hour with me. He was answering all the questions. He was telling me all of the things. Mind y'all, when I'm calling the Blood and Cancer Center, they're not answering their phones. We can't get anybody. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm kind of jumping around. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying and I'm not confusing anybody, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm not leaving stuff out, right? Because at first we was waiting to hear back from MSK to know whether I was going to have the appointment or not because everything kept being about we got to make sure your insurance improves this first. Nobody wants to even see you if they ain't getting that damn insurance money, right? So at this point, it's over a week, and we like, yo, we need to move on this. So we go there in person, and we leave a message, and then they then link me up with this portal where I could look on the portal and I could message them and I could see my chart and all of that kind of stuff, right? So I'm feeling a little bit better with that because I'm like, if I gotta look, to speak to y'all all the time to get answers, then I won't never know nothing. This is another reason. This part here is why I tell y'all, make sure you get your medical records. Make sure you write notes of all of your doctor's appointments if you can. Make sure you bring somebody in with you because even years ago when I had a surgery on my leg, I will never forget that when I went to pick up my records from them people, I had been getting shots and injections in my back for pain because my spine was messed up and then my leg. That was the two things I injured on the job, right? And when I got my freaking records, the doctor was putting in the chart, even though I kept telling him over and over that you know, just like the first shot helped me, but every shot I got after that really wasn't doing nothing for me. I was in a lot more pain. He was putting patience says she feel 100% better. He was putting everything opposite of what the hell I was saying, right? I guess to me his quota and to make it seem like it's working good, which was so crazy to me. And on top of that, somebody else's records was mixed in my damn records. So I was like, that mean they probably got some of my stuff, right? That was one of the first times, and that's probably been like almost 10 years ago, between 10 to 15 years ago that happened. So that's one reason after that I started asking for my records all the time. So I'm finally able to look in the portal, which means I'm able to look at the records, right? And I'm thinking that this result that he's giving me about this new mass that's here is from June because that's the last scan I had. But no, y'all, it wasn't from June. The shit was from freaking March, and it was telling them to give me a sonogram. I'm sorry, y'all. It was telling them to give me a sonogram to make sure. And this doctor sitting here telling me, oh, I wouldn't have known nothing if you didn't bring it up in August about a June freaking test result. But really, y'all was warned about this all the way back in March. So let me see what y'all seeing in the comments. Oh Lord. Um, So Marcus says, I feel that meditation keeps people subdued and dependent on medication. Yeah, I do my meditations, and Marcus. I fell off with a lot of stuff, but I definitely have been practicing that for a long time. Um, Orlin says they always miss something, shaking my head. Yes, Lord. Shayna, hey Shayna. She says, I hate they do this to us. You deserve better. Bedside manner and proper care. Yeah, right. You know, you shouldn't have to do their jobs. That part. You absolutely shouldn't. You know, you really shouldn't. That's what it boils down to. And that's what my girlfriend was saying to them. So at this point, you know, I go, like I said, to the MSK. I see they uh, surgeon there, the specialist, right? And I like him. Like I said, he was thorough. He was taking time, taking his time with me, and he told me, okay, here's the plan. Here's what I want to do. He said, more than likely, this is the same cancer that has now spread to this area. He said, but I would like to do tests. I would like to do blood work and make sure that it's the same and that you don't have ovarian, a different type of ovarian cancer, right? Makes sense to me, sounds logical to me. Okay, cool. So he says, but we're waiting to get the approval from the insurance, and then, we'll keep you updated. Somebody will reach out to you. So I never hear back from either one of them. Like another week and a half goes by, whatever. But I do my follow up appointment at my, original oncologist, and I see this assistant again, right? And my girlfriend is with me, and she's bringing up to her what recently happened with the test and why we didn't get feedback and how the doctor said, oh, he didn't know. This chick gonna turn and say, number one, she was like, oh, people think MSK is all of that, but it's really not, which I didn't get what the hell the point of her saying that was. Then she gonna say number two, oh well, I don't know why the doctor would want to do different tests on you. Why we sent him everything. We already sent him all the records, and we were sending you there just for you to get the surgery. Then number three, she gonna say, oh, I've never heard the doctor say anything like that before. So my girlfriend is like, huh? She was like, we telling you that's what he said. Do you think I'm lying? She was like, that's why I come with her so I can make sure that he's been a witness. And then as far as the other two things, I interjected because I'm getting annoyed now because she's like, well, we don't have time to wait on the insurance. She was like, it's two other hospitals, Mount Sinai and Montague. She was like, do they take your insurance? I said, I don't know. I would have to check. I said, to be honest, if I can choose and if they could take me, the MSK and Mount Sinai would be my top two that I want to deal with. The girlfriend that was with me have dealt with all three, and a lot of my friends and family have dealt with all of them. And my sister used to go to two of them, so I'm kind of more familiar with those, right? But I said when it come down to it, at this point I can't be picky. Whoever can take me, but I know that usually Montefiore, I usually get bills, so I'm like they not gonna cover me for everything either. Now I believe that she's actually connected with Montefiore. I think that's who she works for, whatever it may be. She started going in being real extra about oh, because Mount Sinai, this happens, but and they take a long time too. But it just so happened because I was working and I was a resident, that's what made them take me a little bit faster. So I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it was you being a resident, and I'm sure it probably was because you was a damn white woman too. Like, I'm sorry, but I just gotta freaking throw it out there and I gotta keep it real. So she even acknowledged that it took longer, but that she was able to get bumped up faster than what other people did. And she was saying that she actually fights for it, which, if that's true, that's good. So my girlfriend said, well, yeah, they did get better. She said they actually call people fast. She said the one that calls the slowest is actually the one that she worked with. That, she knows that these two, the first two that I want to go to, is the top ones and that they're faster. And then as far as her saying they just sent me there for a surgery, they didn't send me there for him to do tests. I was confused on that part because I'm like, what doctor do you get sent to that they just say, oh, okay, you sent her here to do a surgery. I know nothing of her background. I know nothing of her records. I haven't done any of my own damn tests. But let me throw her up here on my table and operate on her. Whatever damn doctor that is, I don't want them. Like, that doesn't even make sense. What are you talking about, lady? And not to mention that this is my first time even hearing that I was going to have a surgery. Right? I didn't even know that until when she said that part. So that was weird to me. Now I'm getting pissed off, right? And then with her trying to dismiss and saying, well, people think MSK is all of that, but it's really not. I'm like, no, it really is. Okay, because let's not forget that I have also worked in the healthcare field, like I said, and I have had family and friends go there. So I'm like, don't play in my face, lady. I'm like, now I'm getting pissed. So at this point, she trying to calm the situation down. I know you're going to defend your coworker up to a certain point. Y'all don't want to get a lawsuit and all that, but don't freaking gaslight me. That's how I was feeling. So now she says, we're going to give you this virtual appointment, right? And we're going to follow up, and I'm going to send this and that to the doctor. So now I have their portal where I can look up stuff, and I have the MSK portal where I can look up stuff. So with that being said, is some things I don't have to even call them about no more because I can look and see it for myself. So I do like that part. So now we so-called supposed to have this damn, virtual appointment. Why am I up 9 o'clock in the morning on the hold for over an hour trying to get through to these people for this virtual appointment, and the bitch never come, never say nothing. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening, nighttime. She calling me talking about, oh, I'm so sorry. I was busy. Your doctor was away on vacation. I'm working with another doctor. It's my birthday. Like, what? What are we talking about? So then she says, I'm going to send him another message. And from what I see inside the portal, you supposed to have an appointment August 28th. Mind you, everything she was reading to me, I already had went and read on the portal my damn self. So I already knew this. And I guess I'm assuming that she doesn't get to see the doctor's records directly because she's his assistant. So technically, the specialist I seen had already sent them paperwork and what his assessment was and what he wanted to do and all of that from the Friday that I saw him. But she didn't know that at the time. And then when she came back sending him another message, I guess saying to him, oh, well, we just need to get this surgery. Then he sent a follow up that Monday, and he was going in. You could tell he was pissed off too because he was like, I told Miss Chisholm, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I'm telling you this now. This is what we're trying to do. So she gonna laugh and be sarcastic to me and be like, "Oh, because he never even answered my question, and I still need to follow up with him." I said, "So that's between y'all. That ain't got nothing to do with me. All I care about is my kids." So at this point, it's bad communication with me from them. It's bad communication from the doctor to the doctor. Like, it's a hot ass mess. I don't know what other way to say it, y'all. It really is. So even when I call my insurance directly, mind you, I have 4 different insurances. You would think if one don't pick up whatever, the other one pick it up, right? But obviously, apparently that's not how it works because it's also a shot that I need in my bones, but I need to get approval from the dentist before I can get it. But the dentist won't give me approval because they trying to make their money talking about, oh, well, you need this and you need that, and we can't give you no clearance yet. And we had to send me to my doctor to get my primary doctor to get a freaking clearance from them before the dentist could even see me. And then when the dentist saw me and took the x-rays and all of that, and it was time for me to come back because they said we got to wait to get approval for your insurance, okay? And I get it. I know everybody got to get paid. I know it's still a business. But then these fools had the nerve to say, oh, well, in order for you to see the doctor to even get things done, to even get the clearance, you got to pay a $250 consultation fee. For what? Like, I'm so confused, y'all. I'm so freaking confused. So that got put on hold. Mind you, the medication, the shot that they could give me in my bones basically can make your jaw bones break, can make your teeth fall out, all this extra shit, right? It's fixing one thing, but of course, any medication is side effects and potential other things like I'm fixing this, but I'm gonna mess up that type of situation, right? So let me see what y'all saying in the comment. I'm gonna take a break for a minute. Um, Kendall said, "Did you get a second opinion from another physician?" Right now, Kendall, has been 3 different physicians I've been talking to, but the problem with the second opinion is that nobody want to see you until you get them that insurance. And for some reason, even though this was never, ever, ever, ever a problem for me before, all of a sudden everybody's like, we don't take your insurance. Even certain medications that I was getting for over 10 years, all of a sudden now they like your insurance doesn't cover it. It's so freaking weird. I got an idea of why it's happening. And I feel like this is just the beginning of it, but that's been a big holdup of why I can't get certain care. It's absolutely crazy. So now, yes, 2 months later. Hey, Candy Love, I ain't even see you here, girl. I'm just running my mouth a mile a minute. What's going on, girlie? What is going on? Um, yeah, I appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate it. So, what was I up to? Um, so now I'm waiting, right, to so-called hear back from them. I don't hear anything again. Um, and so we just trying to pray. We trying to stay positive because once they kind of like gave me the appointment for MSK, I felt so much more relieved. Like I said, I felt like God is working it out. This is the place I wanted to go to. Just so happens that this is the place He recommends. He sends a reference to them. I said, so being as though the doctor's now doing it, right? It's going through him. I said, that's going to be different than me trying to get in there on my own. And they're going to take me. This is going to be approved. So I'm feeling good that they had called me and set up the appointment and everything finally. But no, the day of that appointment, an hour before it, I get a call from the finance department that's saying, you know, you're out of network, right? We don't take your full insurance, right? So she says, because I have an insurance from my job, right? That I had left with because I'm considered early retirement due to the fact that I came out injured previous to all of this, right? Then I have Medicare, then I have Medicaid, then I have another insurance. So that's why I said it's 4 altogether. It seems like where the issue is at is between the Medicare and the Medicaid. Okay. So now they saying you could potentially have to pay 20% of it. Sometimes Medicaid pays it, sometimes they don't. At this point, I'm like, I don't give a damn. Whatever I gotta pay, let me pay it, bill me. Like, I just want my freaking care. Like, what are we talking about here? And how the hell y'all calling me an hour before to tell me this? So now, um, I had went to the appointment. As far as that part, it was good. Now I'm waiting because I'm seeing in the portal where I'm supposed to have an appointment with y'all August 28th, but nobody has updated me. Nobody has told me the time. Nobody has told me where I'm supposed to be. None of that, right? It's just saying I have this appointment the 28th. So now I guess she contacted the doctor again. I never heard nothing from them. I want to say this was like maybe last Sunday, 10 o'clock at night, something like that. I look up there and I see I'm gonna be seeing, Miss Chisholm, that's my last name. I'm gonna be seeing her September 12th. We're gonna be doing blood work. We're gonna be doing all of the tests and all of the things that we've been wanting to do. And then September 23rd, we're gonna be giving her a hysterectomy. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm waiting over a week to get an update. Nobody has updated me from either place. Number two, nobody told me anything about a hysterectomy. I'm thinking y'all just removing the mass. Nobody called me to say shit. So I'm pissed again. I call my girlfriend. I tell her. She says, look, I'm going to play devil's advocate. She said, maybe MSK thought that the blood center was going to tell you. She said, or maybe they're going to call you in the morning and tell you, but they just have it in the, portal. She said, this is what we want. We want them to move fast. We want them to give you the surgery. Because remember, with the breast, I was waiting months and months and months, and it was, oh, it's easy. It'll come right out. You came in early. We caught it. We could get it out. And then change from that to, oh, ain't shit we could do. Right? So I'm like, okay. So she was like, good, we want them to move fast. And she was like, I'm going to need MSK to be on point because I keep saying they good. They was great with me. And she was like, I don't like that. They didn't reach out to you too, but we're going to just say that that's probably what's going on. So I said, okay, makes sense. I'm trying to think logically. I'm trying not to get, too upset and too emotional about it. So they reached out to me. I think it was 2 days later, 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, woke me up out my sleep. And they was like, oh, we want to schedule an appointment for the 12th. You're going to come in. You're going to do blood work. You're going to see the doctor. He going to run his other tests to make sure that you are cleared for your surgery. She's like, oh, I could tell that you were sleeping. Do you want me to call you back tomorrow? I'm like, hell to the no. Talk to me now. Tell me everything that I got to do so that I can know and be prepared for it. And she was asking if I could come in the 11th and do the blood work, and then 12 he would have the results and just be able to see him. But again, this is not nowhere near my house, and now this is considered to be out of the network where the transportation that I do get does not go here. And my girlfriend has been nice enough to come and pick me up and take me to my appointments whenever I need it. But sometimes she's not available because she got stuff she got to do too. So I'm like, you know what? I don't know if she could come the 11th. I know she told me she could be there the 12th. So keep everything for the 12th. So now that's supposed to be the plan now, right? I think we up to date with everything so far, or at least the short version, the parts that I could get out. So by me being able to look up all my records, and in between me going to see this doctor and them telling me everything that they have on record, that's when I find out, because I still would have never known that. Nobody from there was going to tell me anything about it. That's when I find out that they knew about this since June. I mean, since March, but I was thinking it was June. And even when I saw this other, oncologist that's supposed to do my surgery, he was like, they never gave you the sonogram. They never checked this. That's why he wanted to do his tests and check certain things and not just be ready to, cut me open. Because he was like, no, they were supposed to check all of this. And that's when he asked me, do I want to switch everything over to them? And I was like, hell to the year. If I could switch everything, I would love that. Right? Have everything underneath one place instead of bopping here, there, and every damn where. So, but the hold up with that is all my insurance, right? But at least my insurance approved him doing all the tests and doing everything. I think it's between September and December or the new year, whatever. Approved for that. Anything after that, they probably gonna have to put on, another request. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So I don't know if it's just like, how our phones are. They listen to everything that we be saying anyway, child. As soon as you talk about something, it all of a sudden be popping up. But a couple of days ago, I was on TikTok, and I've never had these people pop up on my timeline before. But everybody that was popping up, y'all, was either people that was fighting with cancer, pancreatic cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, you name it, right? And they was all giving their testimonies and stories. And I heard a woman say she haven't been able to get chemo 3 months because of her insurance. I seen another guy recording where he was told he had stage 4, I believe, colon cancer, and the doctors were supposed to be seeing him like 2 days from now, but they telling him it's gonna be 3 weeks from now. And the doctor's going, oh, you could blame me if you want to blame me. If you want to put the blame on me, then just go ahead and put the blame on me, because I understand you got to put the blame on somebody. But I don't know why this is happening to you. I really can't give you no answers. And, all of that type of thing. Just so many people had these same stories that they were sharing that was making me sick to my stomach. On one hand, I felt like, well, at least I know I'm not alone, and I know it's other people that's dealing with this. But on the other hand, it was like, this is crazy that there's so many people that's dealing with this and you shouldn't have to. And then the second thing that kept coming up on my timeline was these women that was telling their hysterectomy stories, and they was calling themselves, I believe it's um Hister sisters, and they were saying we here for each other and we support each other. And many of them have got, hysterectomies for whatever different reasons, right? It wasn't all cancer, but they was giving their updates each day, or however they could, from the time that they got the surgery till, whatever point they was at now. And of course, some was similarities, some was different, because we're all different. We all gonna experience it differently and things of that nature. But that was very eye opening to kind of get those stories and have an idea, because I'm like, I don't know anything about this, and I didn't know that this was even what they're gonna be, doing. So I had to process that for a minute. So when I tell y'all that it has literally been one thing after another, after another, after another, after another, after another, like I be feeling like sometimes I can't catch my breath, but I'm trying my best to stay positive. And I don't usually get up here and talk about too much of like my personal business, but when it comes to health wise, and when it comes to struggling with, trying to stay positive, doing meditation, my, positive affirmations, and just different illnesses. Y'all already know that's why I do my self-care is important to me, and I always give y'all full disclosure as well, because I feel like it can help somebody else in the midst of me helping myself. If somebody else could get something out of it too, and just know that you are not alone either. um and if I can give little tips and tell little things from my experience that could possibly help somebody else, then I would rather do that as well, right? um So now I'm trying to mentally and physically prepare myself for getting this surgery. I'm trying to take care of personal things around the house, for myself, just all of those things as things that I wanted to do up here on YouTube. It shows that I was looking forward to in September, because baby, they about to hit us with a lot of movies and shows for September, honey. It is gonna be too much. I don't think there's no way anybody can watch all of those, but it's definitely gonna be some out the bunch that I wanted to get into, and I'm sure y'all want to get into. Like I said, I'm supposed to do a self care and a what you should be watching tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna get to do it, but I pretty much got everything set up for it. The reason why I didn't do it last Saturday is because I actually took a day for myself. I went to a barbecue for the first time, because I was like, I ain't have no barbecue food all summer. It's so funny that I had three different people invite me places the same day, and I was like, well, I can't go to every place. Let me choose one, and I went with the one that had asked me first. And I was like, maybe I could see the other two, hopefully before I get my surgery done. And so I'm definitely taking time for myself and doing the things that I feel like I could do, as much as I can on my end. Um, for a while now, I've been complaining that my arm has been hurting, right? And this is the other side of it too, because you got to remember that I already had injuries previous to this, right? And so I'm used to getting in pain. I'm used to getting migraines. I'm used to getting vertigo. Certain things just would automatically happen, right? But at the same time, the medications and the injections that I take, they're like, it's going to give you headaches. It's going to give you muscle pain. It's going to give you joint pain. It's going to give you nausea. It's going to make you go to the back, all of these things. So sometimes you may get one or two of the side effects. Sometimes you may get all of the above. Sometimes you may get none. It depends on you as a person. And normally, with me, taking whatever different medications through the years, when I did, I've never really had a lot of side effects. But it seemed like with this one, bitch, I've been getting all of the above. Every single damn thing I could get, I get it. And sometimes I don't know the difference in between the pain that I was already getting previous to this, and then a pain that's happening now because of this. The only time I felt the difference is when it went to my hip. I was like, oh my God, I never felt like nothing like this before. And they kept just trying to give me damn Tylenol. And I was like, bitch, the Tylenol ain't doing nothing. Okay. That's like me just eating a damn bag of Skittles. And I now am getting that same pain in my shoulder. Like right now as we speak. It started yesterday. So that's why I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do my reviews and everything else. But I took some, medicine, and then I sprayed. I have like a muscle spray that you can kind of spray on it or roll on, or the patches, whatever different ones I have them in here. And usually, if I'm getting a pain in the area, I just kind of spray it there. But what I really feel in my heart of hearts is the same way that it spread to my hip, it has spread to my shoulder because it goes to your bones first, right? It's already in my bones. And that's what I feel is happening now because it's that same kind of pain that I had in my hip. Um, the crazy thing about it is, like I said, I kept thinking, like, what could I have done different? I went early, right? I went early, I followed up and all of that, but I also was caught up in losing my sister. So I was trying to take care of the stuff for her and at the same time take care of my stuff. So of course there's a piece of me that's like, if I wasn't doing this or that, would that have made a difference? Of course I can't like change me getting sick, right? I got sick, I got sick. What the hell I'm gonna do? I also feel like if God brought me out of that, he ain't bring me out for nothing. He gonna get me through this too. But then by me listening to these different stories on TikTok, I hear women that saying, because typically when you have breast cancer and pancreatic cancer, and again, this was something that I didn't know. As many people that I know that had cancer, this was I just for some reason didn't know it, or maybe I didn't remember it. I don't know, but it's a big chance if it's not taken care of immediately that it will spread. And the first place that it normally spreads is to your bone, and the first bone that it normally spreads to is your hip bone. And I thought it was just about me prolonging it and about it being there for too long, or the doctors prolonging it, whichever way you want to look at it, right? But then I hear people on TikTok that say, no, they caught mines in the beginning. I did the surgery. I did a hysterectomy and a mastectomy. Like I told them, take everything off. And I was doing good for a minute, and then it still came back and it still went into my bones. So me thinking that it was just because of that, it wasn't. So I guess my biggest message to men, women, I don't give a damn who you are, is like, do your regular checkups. I know we all can't stand the damn doctors. You ain't got to tell me, but do your regular checkups. Follow up. Ask them questions. Ask to see your records. Take notes. Bring who you could bring with you so they could be there for you as support, if anything, and also so that they can kind of be able to take in the stuff, that you may not be able to take in. Because I'm gonna tell y'all that right now, half the time, every time I go, it seems like they be adding something else, adding something else, adding something else, and after a while, that shit starts sounding like damn Charlie Brown, damn teacher. Okay, I don't be knowing nothing about what the hell they said. Um, And so it just was one of those things, like, it just happens, and it happens to different people for different reasons. And they keep saying, like, it's not nobody, fault. And I can't go back. It is what it is. I'm at this spot now, and it's about how do, you move forward from here, and what is the best things and the things that's going to help me. Like, that's all I care about. I don't care about all this other bull crap that they be talking about. And so here it is. I went from a nasty doctor that had no type of bedside manner to a nice doctor that seems like a really pleasant guy, but he also seems like he's maybe overworked. He could be a little slow. I don't know what the hell it is. But in this case, it's like, well, now you nice, but then you ain't giving me the damn info the way that I need it. So either way, it's like, like a double edged sword. Like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. I'm like, sometimes feeling like, well, I could have stayed with the nasty one. Mind you, he got all these damn awards. So, like, yeah, he may not have had best men, and I'm not saying nobody, deserves to be treated in that way either, because you don't. But then he also was a very thorough doctor that was at least giving you the messages, even if you didn't like the messages. It just shows you, like, how there's so many different sides to it. And when you have everybody kind of coming at the same time and you feel like everybody is half-assed doing their job, and when you're hearing, oh, this and that about the insurance, it's like logically, nothing is free, unfortunately, not over here. They ain't giving you no free health care one way or another. They want to make sure they're going to get their money. But at the same time, it's like they will literally let you die. That's how it feels. It feels like you could go right on ahead and go ahead and dig up your damn grave and step in it for all we damn care. I don't mean to be, negative or depressing or nothing, but that's how it feels sometimes. Yeah, they be so numb and unbothered. Yep, that's so true. Hmm. Yes, it's gonna be my testimony in Jesus' name. Amen. 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 Absolutely. Demarcus says, "How does your son feel about the situation?" Uh, I can't really speak for him. What I can say is that when we lost my other half, I noticed a change in him. Then, when we lost my sister, because they was very close, they had kind of like a auntie nephew, but brother sister, but cousin type of vibe, like. And he used to go over there and take care of her a lot. Of course, my sister has sickle cell, and I've talked about her a lot up here, and that's been hard. It literally just made a year in July, and her birthday's coming up September 10th, so that's always hard for me. August 29th, Michael Jackson's birthday was my other half birthday, so that's usually a hard time for me. So that's another reason why I'm kind of in an emotional space right now. But when my other half got sick, I'll never forget. He went in the hospital Christmas. He passed away the day before New Year's Eve. And the day we brought him home from the hospital, he couldn't walk. And my son literally picked him up and carried him upstairs and was taking care of him. And, he said to my son, like, I took care of you when you was little, and now you taking care of me. And when I lost my sister, I went off. I couldn't see nothing. I couldn't hear nothing when we went to that house and saw her there. But my son, some way, somehow, he went in there and he cleaned his auntie up and he took care of her. I curse him out sometimes. Sometimes me and my aunt say, like, we married like we an old couple. He be a pain in my behind, but he always have my back. All we really got is each other. He get on my nerves sometimes when it come to cleaning, but he will cook some food down. Some of y'all have heard me say that he be bringing me food real late. Okay, that'd be another thing. I'll be like, boy, I gotta eat earlier than this. I can't eat late at night like you. I ain't young no more. But he does help when it comes to that. Now he's getting into plants. He got plants everywhere in my damn house. I had to buy a stand for them. So, sometimes he don't always express everything. He had a hard time when I was in the hospital in February. He be trying to just, I guess, be strong and help me. But at the same time, I be trying not to put, like, too much pressure on him. But he helps me, you know. And I know it's not easy for him. My girlfriend was able to kind of talk to him and bond with him because most of my girlfriends lost their mothers at young ages. So I remember having to be there for them during that time. Like my two girlfriends that are my closest friends, and one is my god sister. I've known them forever. That's the two I always tell you I'll be there for me. That I'm their kid's godmother, they're my son's godmother. At this point, we're all sisters. It's beyond friendship. They family, and they always hold me down, and I'm so grateful for them. So they're the ones that mostly be giving me like my support. And sometimes she's able to have conversations with him because of the fact of having her mom be sick and being there for her mom. They could kind of bond and talk in another way that he may not talk with me. But as long as he's able to talk to somebody, I'm appreciative of that. But that was a good question for Marcus. um, Orlin says, sometimes what is the point of having insurance if they don't? Exactly. Exactly. Like how? Like why? And it's only about to get worse. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now because you see the changes that they want to make. More changes. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to that. Hey Tracy Craig, I don't know when you came in because I've been kind of running my mouth, but I appreciate you dropping in. I'm just kind of sharing this little journey I've been going on, honey. There's been a lot. Hey, I didn't see you in a minute. Thanks for stopping in. Child, y'all probably coming in with me crying, like, what the hell is going on? um, oh, thank you, Auntie. I love you so much. I appreciate it. I'll be cracking up, baby, honey. If y'all watch the reality shows or um, sometimes just current events, news, and different things that's going on, Auntie's advice, honey, she be getting it in up there. Sometimes I don't even watch half the shows, but I'll just listen to her. I think she be talking about like my 600 pound, like 90 Day Fiance, which I used to watch. I feel like I want to catch up on it because I'll be seeing some of the shenanigans and sister wives and different things like that, and I'll just be in here laughing and listening to her. That's something that definitely cheered me up. Okay. um, is the hysterectomy even necessary? They're quick to do surgery on a black female. You ain't lie about that, Kendall. But in this case, they saying that that's the best thing to do because it's not, supposed to be curable. It's not supposed to be any type of medication that I can take for it. And so some women actually fight to get them, and that's an issue too. Sometimes when you feel like it's necessary, they won't do it. Like it's so many different ways that this thing could go, and so many ways that it's really just jacked up. And it's a lot of black females that have actually been fighting for it and talking about it. They were saying that they would get denied all the time. Like, they literally had to fight to get it, and then when they got it, they felt like it was the best, decision that they ever made. But even whether for you to get it or for you not to get it, it's a fight. Like we literally have to fight for everything, y'all. We gotta fight. Um, she says I went through it. Let's start a carpool. Oh, yeah. Um, Thank you so much. Yeah, so and I've been up here way longer than I was saying on being up here. You know how that is when you start running your mouth. Because I was not expecting to be talking this daggone long. But I did feel like it was an important conversation, and I just didn't feel like I was gonna be able to add it in with the self care tomorrow because, like I said, September's a big month with self care. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know All In had a channel, and I see her on TikTok, and she gave some of the September self-cares. If y'all can, make sure y'all follow her on TikTok or y'all hop over to her channel because I think she has like some of the awarenesses that I don't have on mine. But it's definitely a lot of awarenesses for September. So I felt like that was going to be too much to try to have this conversation and then spread the awareness about the September, stuff, and then do some positive affirmation. So I decided to make it two different videos. But I know going forward with everything that's going on, I'm more than likely not going to be doing any full reviews. I'll probably do little shorts here and there. I'll join the ladies when I can because I definitely still wanted to talk about reasonable doubt and Beauty in the Black and Zatima, but it'll be when I can. I'm not definitely not stressing myself, but is like getting up here and talking to you guys is definitely a big help to me. I feel like if I'm just in the bed, like if I'm already gonna be on bed rest, and then I'm just in the bed looking at the damn wall, that's gonna drive me crazy, baby. I ain't got it to do. Like that's gonna make me even more crazy. So I feel like I still need to be able to have that outlet to make it through. But I also know when my body is like, it's too much, you can't do it today. I'm not, silly when it comes to that. And I know it's about taking care of myself first and all of those things. Um, but yeah, will be some changes, and y'all probably won't be seeing me like that for a little minute. Okay, but I'll still be around, God willing. Everything goes good, and I'm still going to spread awareness about this. I'm still going to talk about it since I've seen so many people sharing their stories on TikTok. I'm like, maybe I'll do that there. Now, the good and the bad side of that, because it's always good and bad, is I see a lot of people giving support and giving good, advice and telling their testimonies and being able to join in and saying you're not alone. And that part of it, of course, is great. But then you have other people that just want to be negative to be negative. Like I've never seen people that just want to come online and look for something and be like, "Oh, I hope you get it worse. I hope it's better. I hope you die." Like I've seen some of the craziest, disgusting comments too, as well as the good ones. And I ain't trying to deal with that part of it either. Like if you come in with anything that's still negative, your ass is absolutely getting cursed out and you getting blocked. So, I don't know. Like, I still kind of feel two ways about it, but at the same time I definitely do want to spread awareness and give updates. And they say sometimes you doing like video journaling or just journaling, period, could be a big help to you. So I am considering that, but um yeah, we'll see one day at a time. I'll figure it out. More than likely, it's kind of one of those things like if it hits you, then if it hit me, it hit me. I'll do it. If it don't, then I won't. Um, but I definitely do, like, first and foremost, always want to spread awareness. Like, September with sickle cell anemia, that's always been important to me. I've always talked about it. I've always shared, even long before having a channel. I done wrote papers on it because, that always felt personal to me because of me having the trait, my sister having the disease. And um, she is so crazy because she wanted me to interview her here on my YouTube channel. I never got to do it, but I did have a blessing to discuss her. I think that was her last birthday or even 2 years ago, something like that. And she was like, sure, tell people about it. Like, I absolutely want you to do that. But I have been doing it long before. So, of course, that's definitely something that I want to talk about. And I want to kind of celebrate her on her birthday, which is, like I said, the 10th. Trying to figure out a way to do that. Um, you welcome. Kendall said, those negative ass keyboard warriors need to get a life. Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do. Absolutely. Yeah, y'all. So that's my biggest takeaways though is going to get tested on a regular basis, putting that as their first priority, following up with it, always being, trying to get other opinions and winning if you can. Definitely speaking up and advocating for yourself, asking for a patient's advocate if you feel like something is out of pocket or wrong. Um, Taking somebody else with you, like that's my biggest things. Um, because that's what I see a lot of people complaining about, and I was like, wow, I didn't think, all of a sudden all those videos came up. I was like, I guess God was trying to show me, like, girl, it ain't just you, it's all around. Um, so on one hand, it made me feel better to know that I wasn't the only one and I wasn't going crazy, which I didn't think I was, because like I said, I've been aware of it before, but I think it hits different now because this situation is so much more severe. And it's funny because when I first got injured back then, that was severe to me. Like, anything that's affecting you in your life and stuff like that is going to feel important to you as it should. But I thought that was the worst thing that I could possibly go through is me getting sick and getting injured and then my other half getting sick. Like, each thing that you go through, you kind of feel like that's the worst thing until you get to the next thing. And then sometimes you're like, damn, I could just go back to the first thing than all this shit. But at that time, that was hard as hell too. And I remember that I always used to be like, how can I get back to the old me? How can I get back to old me? I used to stay saying that. And one day, the counselor that I was seeing at that time was like, what if you never gonna get the old you? What does the new you look like that? What if you just have to make changes and this is just where you are right now? And it is what it is. And that had never crossed my mind. It was like, you know what? You right. It might just be where you gotta be a new Tamika. The old Tamika's gone. And then I got accustomed to that and having to do things in a different way. And now I'm kind of at the same road again where I gotta get used to doing something in a different way again because I'm a person that's used to doing things on my own. It's very rare that I ask you for help. If I need help and I ask for it, then I really, really need that shit. Because I'm just always been a person that has got up and done for myself. I don't know no other way. I've always done for myself. I've always done for other people. So being stuck in one way is like that's hard as hell for me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But I think sometimes I still be pushing myself hard, and I gotta remind myself like you can't do it like you used to be able to do it, girl. Yeah, that's another thing that can be hard to change, but it's not impossible, y'all. It's not impossible. You can do it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here snapping on some candy. It'll be time for me to eat something soon. Yes, please like the video. I appreciate y'all for listening to me. I appreciate the people that put comments in the chat and the people that just was kind of swinging by and the people that was in the bushes that didn't want to say hi. We kept jumping like between 30 and 40 people, but I know 30 and 40 people wasn't talking, but I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Always do. And I know this was kind of like a heavy topic and sometimes I was all over the place, but again, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, um, it's always going to be about awareness and shining the light, and hopefully, like I said, helping myself, helping other people, and us being able to just have a discussion together and know that we are not alone, and know that in a lot of cases, unfortunately, they don't really care about us. Okay, Michael Jackson's and not them. Nah, it's just certain things that we gotta fight different than other people do, and that's unfortunate and sad as well. But we know what it is, and we just got to do what we got to do. We can't stop, you know, especially not when it comes to your health and your livelihood. Absolutely not. Girl, Kayla is, I don't even know. I think she's downstairs with my son. She came up here earlier yelling when she wanted some damn water. She acting like she my boss. She most definitely be acting like she my boss. She be bothered when she feel like being bothered. And some days she come up and just lay on me. Like I don't even be wanting her on me. I be like, girl, can you get your ass off? And she'll refuse to even move. And I know they say that animals can pick up on things too, and they have healing. So I don't know if she be knowing because she be sitting right in the area, and she just be refusing to move. But then other times I don't see her for days or hours. Girl, she comes around when she feel like it. Wait 1 minute, y'all. Girl, because the other day I was mopping, child. I said, "Oh, let me clean up." I do section by section. I don't be overdoing it. I don't be doing everything like I used to. But she have something when you sweeping or mopping. Always makes me laugh. She come and sit and look, and it be very much given like I'm your supervisor. Okay, I'm coming to check your work and make sure that you doing it right. And it's like, girl, if you don't get the hell up out my face, like if she be doing a damn investigation. And it's like, I wish you could do this so I wouldn't have to damn do it. So it always cracks me up. Hmm. Sorry, y'all. I'm still here. I was getting a damn cramp in my side, child. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. I don't know if there's anything else that I missed that I really wanted to talk about. It probably is because I didn't make no notes. I just pretty much was like, I'm gonna get up here and just talk about this little experience and what's been going on so far. So I didn't have no specific order I was going in. Um, you know, if y'all never saw the videos that I did pertaining to like losing my sister or pertaining to when I first was in the hospital and first got out the hospital, y'all can check those out, on the self care playlist. But I think I pretty much gave a rundown, as best as I could to anybody that was new that wasn't familiar with what was going on, and then the recent stuff that has, transpired too. And oh goodness, sorry y'all, I'm trying to get pushed back on this damn bed. Hot mess. And so, yeah, my final thoughts is really, like I said, those are the things that's important that I feel like you should definitely do. And for me, I'm at the point where I don't want to go back to that place that I was going to. I would prefer that once we do this, surgery testing, whatever, if he tells me on the 12th, because I will see him the 12th and talk about everything before we get to that next step to confirm and see what his test results bring back. And if it is a way for it to be done, then I want everything to be moved there. If I can't move it there, then I'm gonna go to the second place and see if I can get moved there. Like I have made up my mind that I don't want my kids to be at this place anymore. Because how am I coming to you for care when I don't feel like you care? When I don't feel like you're going to look at my results, that you're going to make sure my records is accurate, that you're going to make sure that I'm getting updates, that the communication between, you guys is horrible, that even though y'all tell me this medication is so important and I'm not supposed to miss one day, I have missed several days because of y'all mistakes. Like, not even stuff that's on me. Because if it's on me, I'm going to be accountable for it. I'm going to say that's my fault, that's my bad on my end. But these is all things from y'all end. And it's not the whole facility. Like, I love the people on the first floor, the receptionists that usually, make your appointments. I love the people on the second floor, as far as the breast surgeon that I originally went to. Like, she really got in that first place that did the mammogram. She got in their ass, and she told me don't ever go back to them again, and wrote them up. Even the first pain management doctor I had, he was pissed when he found out about them giving me injections in my back years ago. This was like for my original back injury, not for this. And he wrote them up to the board. So I know that there's good doctors and there's doctors that fight for you. And but all of a sudden on this second floor, it's like you don't get answers. They don't answer your call. They don't get back to you. They overwork. They underbook. Oh, girl, I can't. I can't. I can't. No matter how nice you are and how pleasant you are, that don't work for me either. If you're not gonna be thorough and make sure that you on top of everything. Like, what are we doing here? And if you being nasty, that ain't gonna work for me. So it's like either way, like I said, kind of a double-edged sword. You're dealing with something, and I don't want to deal with those things. Absolutely not. So get as much information as you can on your own. Sometimes we got to do our own research, but we also have to be careful because sometimes some of the research, like, WebMD, it be having you dying for damn near every damn thing, and then you even more nervous and you more scared and you more worried, and then you make your situation even more, worse because stress and all of that, and worry also makes you sick. So you got to kind of balance it out, but definitely look into stuff for yourself. That's my biggest message. And know that you're not by yourself, that you can share your story with me. You can contact me, you can message me, when I can, how I can. I'm always here to be an ear because I appreciate, it's a two-way street. We all in this together. That's always the bottom line for me. Um, But other than that, appreciate y'all letting me get my little vent out. I'm about to go in about another hour and watch Love at the Lockup, and see they shenanigans and either laugh or get pissed off with them. Find me something to eat real quick. I definitely been up here talking way longer than I was expecting to be talking, but it felt good to kind of vent and get it out at the same time too, because sometimes even though friends and family love you and they mean well, um, sometimes they just be saying stuff that aggravates you even more, to be honest. And I know they don't mean, to do that. And sometimes even dealing with my damn counselor, she aggravate my nerve. I cursed her ass out a couple weeks ago, and I ain't never usually, get to that point. So she was like, "Oh wow, you really must be feeling it." Okay. It's like, girl, calm down. But it's like she kept trying to give me this list of 15 damn things to write down. I'm like, girl, all this stuff that I'm telling you I'm going through, you talking about write down 15 things that I'm gonna do? I don't even want to do one damn thing, let alone 15. Like, if you don't get this list out my damn face. um so yeah, sometimes you just don't feel like being bothered. You don't feel like doing nothing, and you got the right to that too. You got the right to be pissed. You got the right to be mad. You got the right to be aggravated. You got the right to feel whatever way you feel. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. Because people will sure enough be like, "Oh well, don't complain. It could have been this. It could have been that." And it's like it could be a lot of damn things, but this is what it is, and I have to kind of process what it is. Like, that's just how it is, at least for me. I can't speak for everybody. Thank you, Monique 69 Ways. I appreciate it. Shout out to Monique 69 Ways. Shout out to Candy. Shout out to Kay, of course, Moochie, Inga. Nita, EJ, because they have all been my YouTube sisters and have been listening to me behind the scenes and encouraging me and helping me, letting me just rock with them for lives and holding me down. And I don't take that, lightly either. I absolutely appreciate them and love them for doing it because not everybody would. Okay. Um, Tracy Fred, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I be kind of blind sometimes looking at this stuff. We love and appreciate you too. Thanks for sharing your journey. You are helping more people than you know. Thank you, Tracy. That's the point. That's what I hope. I hope that I can help somebody. Just let them know that, you're not alone. And yeah, they don't understand until they walk in your shoes. That's real. But we're gonna continue, not necessarily continue. This is a conversation, but just some self care, some awareness, a little bit more positive and uplifting things. Hopefully, if I don't be feeling too bad with this damn arm, y'all, I'm trying to work on it. And the thing about it is my left arm, and I'm left-handed, and this is the arm that I use the most. So I'm like, why couldn't it have been my right one, right? And baby, you don't know the importance and how much you need to use something and how much, even when you're trying to do something else, just the impact that it have on your arms or your legs or whatever. So we have to be so grateful sometimes for the things that we have that we take advantage of that a lot of other people struggle with as well. Definitely have to have empathy and sympathy, which people today don't really be wanting to have, okay? If we being honest. Um, So yeah, that's been a number on me, but hopefully it's gonna ease up. I pray that it do, and that I can talk to y'all tomorrow because I have like a long list for that, and like I said, a long list for what you should be watching. There's a lot of movies and TV shows coming out that I'm excited about, and since I'm probably gonna be laid up in the bed anyway, I'm gonna watch as many of them as I can. But I ain't about to sit here and lie to nobody and say I'm gonna see every single one. But at least it should be something out the bunch that you guys should be interested in as well. Shout out to everybody that came through all in. Monique 69 Ways, my girl Kendall, of course, DeMarcus Ron, Shayna, Auntie. I so appreciate you stopping in. Um, Jennifer Lee, I didn't even see you. Thank you for coming in. Trina Boo. Oh, there's people here. I didn't even know I was so busy running my damn mouth, y'all. Oh my God. I didn't even see this. Are you freaking kidding me? I did not see this, y'all. Wow. You are loved and healing is already yours. If you need me, please don't hesitate to reach out. Love, Auntie. Thank you so much. Wow. I appreciate you. Thank y'all so much. Tracy Craig, thank you for stopping in. I don't know if I missed anybody. If I did, y'all know, blame it on my mind, not my heart. um, I don't even got nothing else to say with that. I just say thank you. I feel blessed. I feel better now that I got to get up here and get some of my frustrations out. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all Friday. Eat good, laugh good, watch a good movie or TV show. Kick up your shoes and relax your feet, okay? If today is not a good day, that's okay. Hopefully tomorrow is a better one. As long as we got breath in our lungs, we got to keep going, okay? Keep rising to the top, making your way through the best that you can. And that's all that matters. And if you're not okay today, that's okay too. We're going to keep rocking. And God willing, I will be talking with y'all tomorrow. Love y'all.
Welcome. Come in. This is Tamika's Zen. I'm Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the Zen.
Go lock in with Tamika's Den. Ooh, that's fire. Go lock in with Tamika's Den.
Power to the people, okay? She's feeling like I'm about to come out and box. Cause baby, they trifling, okay? All these people need to be in the damn trash, alright? Throw the tajadas away. As a matter of fact, wipe the damn bloodline out, y'all.
Speak it then. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you spend a Saturday.
Honey, when I tell y'all that is the foolishness and the foolery and the messiness for me, baby, we got a whole hot ass mess going on, alright?